Dog smash Christmas! Welcome to Temple.
The infamous honey sandwich.
And there I was at work, having my lunch, talking about sandwiches. And a colleague says to me, I have never heard of a honey sandwich in my life. Never had one. So I said, what do you do with honey, young lady? And she said, I just put it in my tea. I was flabbergasted. I was mortified. I've never seen somebody not know how to use honey.
A honey sandwich? How have you not had a honey sandwich? Toast some brown bread and put some honey on that bad boy. Delicious. You don't even understand. Almost every house has honey in it. It's an alternative to jam, for one. Sometimes you don't have jam, and this is the thing, right? Honey lasts longer than jam will last. It's sweeter, so you don't have to use quite so much. I feel confused that evidently so many people haven't had a honey sandwich before. There are other uses for honey. You can drizzle it on your body, drizzle it on somebody else's body.
So I was confused because I never heard of a honey sandwich in my life. So my white side asked my black side, I was like, have you heard about this thing? And my black side was like, but that's your people, I don't hear about it. It's like, I couldn't come to a conclusion what a honey sandwich was because I've never had one. Because where I'm from, England, a honey sandwich is when you sleep with two women at the same time with a rating of over 7 out of 10. That's a honey sandwich. That's the only honey sandwich I want to be a part of. Like, don't people have jam? I know, I don't get it. Like, and honey isn't really cheap. So it's not like, oh, it's the last thing in the cupboard. Yeah, I'm gonna rock some honey. I just don't get what a honey sandwich is about. I'm one of those people, you only put honey in your tea or you put honey... Where else you put honey?
Oh God, oh, you said the honey would take the sandwich to the next level. I'm just amazed. I just really want to know. I just want to put the feeler out there. How many people have had a honey sandwich? That's all I want to know, because when my friend, I was on the table, there's about 5 people on this table, and I was the only person who had ever had a honey sandwich. And everybody was looking at me like I was crazy. And I felt like I'd been unplugged from the Matrix. I said, is this life? How can people, yeah, not like this. When she died. Like, how could, I still can't comprehend it. So please let me know if I'm the crazy one, or if they are the crazy one, or indeed yourself. Have you had a honey sandwich?
See, now everywhere Koolay goes, they'll be like, oh, that's that weird honey sandwich guy, boy. So what do you mean honey? I don't know, we just start talking about honey sandwiches. They probably think you're some weird pervert and you're talking about something else. If you're the only one at the table. You know, whenever you're the only one at the table talking about something like, you guys never said it, and everyone's looking at you like... And then one person at the table will be a little bit racist, like, I think that's a black thing. I don't know, is that black? Is that black? And then they don't even call him by his name anymore, it's just like, oh, there's black. Honey sandwich guy, it's black. Yo, black! Yo, black! You got honey sandwiches? And all the white folks, that's what I think is happening. How many of you have heard of one? Because I haven't. Thank you.
Mandela Memorial.
At my memorial, he did not know sign language. He was doing the wrong thing. Nelson Mandela. I have to give this guy props. I don't know what his name is. Otulu Obomiemi. That's his name. Otulu Obomiemi. It's a long name. He thought, I can't do that in sign language. He saw the job application. We're gonna do sign language to the world. How many people watched that? I don't know. This is Nelson Mandela's memorial. Bam. Went for it. They said, can you do sign language? It's like, yes, I can. I will do more than this. So he took it to the next level, because before that he only did sign language in his bedroom. Took it to the next level. World stage, cameras everywhere. And this guy's just like, a Jamaican guy came up, so he did the bogle. He did not care, throwing up Rockefeller signs. But there must have been one deaf person in the crowd, like, you just see the camera like pan on the audience, and one deaf guy's like,
I don't even understand how these people allowed it to happen. Like, if you are bringing somebody up to a memorial for a figure as impactful in this world as Nelson Mandela, surely you screen him first. Like, surely you get him to translate some stuff to some people who are actually deaf. If they don't understand what he's saying, then you don't hire the guy. You don't let him go on the stage. I mean, come on now. Come on, South Africa.
Right, so I didn't watch the whole memorial, but when I happened to see it on the screen, the first thing I noticed was the black guy off to the side. And I was like, who is he? Then I saw he was doing some kind of shape, so I was like, oh, he's the sign language guy. But nobody knew that I went to school, and it's a mixed school, deaf kids and kids that are not deaf. and you learn in the same environment. So I see a lot of sign language going down, and I was not familiar with any shapes this brother was doing. I thought he was dancing. I thought he was cutting them kind of shapes. The Koolay Rockstar. EA. So I noticed, but I didn't understand. I just thought, maybe it's because they're using long, political, complicated words. I've never seen these signs before. That is a legendary move. That's a power move on his behalf. He said, you know what? I'm gonna take it to the next level. He said, I'm done showing you, explaining to you guys over there what I'm talking about with no words because you're too far away to hear my voice. I'm taking it to the next level. I'm gonna talk to the world. And he did it. He spoke to the world. He stood beside Barack Obama, cutting shapes. Dun, 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 dun.
So apparently a lot of people went for this sign language job, and the way he got to where he got to, he was like, Judo. Darted the whole place up, boy. So when they came out, everyone had a dart, and then that's how he got his job. Had all these important people around him. He's like, okay, it's time to do some sign language. Now I want to put you in his position. You don't have a clue how to do sign language. You're hearing someone talk. What shapes do you throw up? Like in your head, you're like it takes a lot of skill to fake sign language, I think, and to keep it halfway convincing. So I actually give the guy props. He got paid. Don't know how much he got paid for it, but he got paid. Probably gonna have his own show in South Africa now. And at the end of the day, he did what he had to do. I mean, politicians, they were just talking about some nonsense anyway. You know, half people didn't like Mandela. May he rest in peace, because he was a solid brother. But at the end of the day, he probably was talking more sense with his hands than politicians were on stage anyway. So I rate him, and he get paid for it. And he should just cut shapes like Homeboy from Nigerian Idol.
That's what I was thinking.
He should have just been like, what they want to do. He would have sung on. Everyone would be like, you know, this is the way. Nelson Mandela would be like, that is my boy. And everything would have been, you finally made it to the next level. And that's it. Thank you for coming to my memorial, Nelson Mandela. And everyone would have been cool.
I think one of the best things about his whole performance was, one, he kept it going throughout the whole memorial. Everyone that spoke, for the whole time they spoke, he was signing. 2, he had the straightest face. How do you stand there for an entire memorial knowing you don't know nothing about sign language, knowing that you're bluffing it, and not even crack a smile? His face was dead serious.
And this week's celebrity gossip.
So Beyonce killed the game. I'm Rebecca Black. And Rebecca Black made a song back called Saturday. Our thoughts on Beyonce's new album.
Flawless.
Porn.
Sexual.
Pornography.
Game changer.
Black.
Pornographic.
Bold.
Orgasmic.
Jamaican brides.
Was a wee Scottish man with his Jamaican bride, of which he was 33 years older than. He brought her back anyway. I'm going to go back to English now. He brought her back to England after they'd been married, paid £4,000 for her visa. She's a British citizen now. Within 20 minutes of reaching his yard, my girl's gone. My girl, gone. She gone. Where did she go? She went to Bristol with her Jamaican boyfriend. But she's a married woman. So this week we're sacrificing a man and his wife. So he needs to be sacrificed, because where are you going with your 57-year-old ass in Jamaica thinking, it's the truth, thinking that, yeah, you can draw a 24-year-old Jamaican woman, yardie even. Like, who thought you was like, how did you really get convinced that you was in love, in a loving relationship? This is why you need to just not be gassed, be grounded, innit? Realize who you are. Don't lie to yourself to the point where you're now screw love and you're believing things ain't even true. My man told himself, I'm a young stud. Girl's 24, I'm 57. I can get that. I got that. Wife it, slapped a ring on it. Beyonce said it, liked it, so I did it. Brought it back to the yard, wasn't yard enough.
So Mr. Henry Jungle Fever Gannon went to Jamaica, charity worker. It's like, you know what? Went to a small town called Yardinia. It's like, let me help the people of Yardinia, innit? Just yardies, no Jamaicans, just yard. Sees one dancehall queen, when her tips died. Thought, yeah, I'm Henry at the end of the day, innit? Henry, like the vacuum, suck things up. So, went to the dance hall, saw her grinding, good times. What's your name? She said Juki, that's her name. What's her real name? Doesn't matter, her name Juki, innit? Juki see this guy, thought, yeah, popped the booty in him, done the whole dance hall queen thing. He probably got some, Like, he probably got some. Married her, spent all this money to get her tips re-dyed, bought a new weave for her from Yumi shop, brought her back to Scotland, married in Jamaica, brought her back. 20 minutes after she gets back, some yardie pulls up in, what cars did they drive? A green car, right? Had a Rasta hat playing, he wasn't playing Bob Marley, but he was playing one of those, one of those songs, blaring. Kisses her, we're off. Here's where I give her ratings. She's the only one from her yardie village that's actually married and doesn't have a baby. The rest of her village have babies and not married. So, 1-0. Secondly, she marries a white dude who brings her to her next country, 2-0. Fair enough. She's still got a boyfriend who comes and picks her up. He lives in Bristol. He goes up to Scotland, picks her up in his green car, playing that ragaton music, 3-0. So, I give Juki props. She's gonna get sacrificed anyway for the tips. If you see the picture, the tips, I don't know, it threw me off. But she's a dancehall queen. That's what she is. And all her friends are jealous, but they're probably like in the barbershop back, you know, in the salon back in Jamaica, like, she gotta think it's so sweet because you got a white man. They're probably ripping her to pieces. But the fact is, 3-0 Juki, game over. And the dude that lived in Bristol, who was her Jamaican boyfriend, who picked her up, she's a married woman. That's what she's a married woman. Then again, he's a yardie. He's probably thinking, so? So actually, yeah. Okay. You know what, they all should be sacrificed. White dudes should be sacrificed, because, dude, you got some money. You're 57. I'm sure there's better places to go than Yardinia to pick up that chick, but he had that jungle fever. He must have saw, oh no, a Rihanna video and thought, you know what? He's like, even though she's from Barbados, she went to the wrong country, got a bit confused. Went to Jamaica, didn't even get a nice Jamaican girl from the island. He went to Yardinia, and that booty, man, just that West Indian coochie sprung up on him.
This whole story is emotional. Imagine how Mr. Gannon feels now. I mean, sure, he was foolish. He was foolish to begin with. But it's kind of deep when you bring somebody home and you end up alone. Home alone. How can you bring somebody home and end up home alone?
That's that Christmas link.
Yeah. Merry Christmas. I guess when Henry Gannon touched yard and he brought his bride in and she just walked out after 20 minutes, he must have been like, oh no! Oh no! It is a shame! It's not a shame! And then he bought a cat to get rid of the red rat. He was just fuming.
By this point, you're probably wondering what in the blue hell is going on. As you can see, we have the Hulk and Kermit. We had at one point we had decided that we were going to do this show in onesies. I didn't have time to get a onesie. The trade-off was that I do the show naked, but nobody really wants to see that.
We want to see it.
You want to see it? Come on, Reverend. You want to see those tassels.
So, Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year.